Hello, hotel students. Here I am in front of a new hotel. What do you think of this one? Not too shabby, right? Do I look like I'm on vacation? I wish I was actually on vacation, but this is the best I can do is have a picture of it. And actually, my wife is in Europe right now, so she's kind of on a real, well, sort of a working vacation, but I've still got to stick around and teach you guys, which actually I'm happy to do. So today I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm always trying to come up with some new ideas for you guys. So I think it's kind of fun and hopefully not really difficult. You guys know Mr. Bean, right? Well, there's a hotel video of him. And so what I'd like you to do is, watch the video, and then you can just make your own video and then tell me about that Mr. Bean video. Just like this, right? You can kind of just what you remember, like, oh, Mr. Bean, drives up in his car and gets out, and he, I'm actually gonna do that in a minute with you. But you can do a video if you want, or you can write. So if in my class, we have the class in a computer lab, and you guys have the computers to practice your typing, your writing in English, and you can do that if you want to. So two choices. Make a video like this and just talk to me and say, oh, the video is blah, 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 blah. Or you can write something and of course, put that on Moodle. So you can put a video on Moodle or put a Word document describing the video, talking about the video. Okay, does that make sense? So let's get started. So share the screen here. We're going to go to this Mr. Bean video. This is like the introduction to the video. They have, this is how Mr. Bean starts his show. Right, so here we go. Mr. Bean arrives at the hotel. He has a Mr. Bean car, right? It's like a little, it's actually a mini, right? We call that a mini Austin, or you can just say it's a mini. My wife's dream is to have a mini, not this old kind, but like a new mini. Okay, so Mr. Bean arrives at the hotel in his mini. He hits the car and the back door opens, right? So what I'm doing is just saying what happens. Maybe you know how to say that, maybe not, but just to help you, make sure you know that I'm saying everything. So what is he doing here? He is taking out his suitcase, right? Mr. Bean has a suitcase in the back of his car, and now he's taking out the suitcase. You could say bag also, right? Suitcase or bag. So you guys learn the name for this job, right? This guy, he's, you're saying it now, right? He's a bellman or bellhop. That's the job where you carry bags. So Mr. Bean takes his bag back, takes his suitcase back from the bellman. Seems he doesn't understand. This guy's just trying to help him, right? It's Mr. Bean kind of mistake. Do you know how to say that? So you say, Mr. Bean rings the bell. Rings the bell, right? He rings the bell again. And again and again and again. So he says his name, right? Bean. He says, oh, Bean. Would you like a pen, sir? Oh, good. So the front desk clerk offers him a pen. He just takes the pen, right? He's supposed to use it to write on the information card. That's what they call that, information card. Okay, so the bellboy, we could say valet, V-A-L-E-T. Valet is the guy who parks cars. So the valet bellboy asks Mr. Bean if he wants to have his car parked, right? Park the car. And so Mr. Bean gives him, should be like key, right? The key to the car, but he gives him, this is called a steering wheel. Steering wheel is the name of that. So Mr. Bean hides his information on his card. It's like cheating on a test in school. You have a test and you look at the class, your classmates' test and write down the answer, something like that. I guess it's a kind of like a test for Mr. Bean. This is difficult for him. So he forgets his suitcase, comes back to get his suitcase, right? Okay, so this other man gets on the elevator. Mr. Bean cannot get on in time, can't make it, right? So then he decides to go up the stairs. So Mr. Bean presses the button for the elevator, right? So the elevator stops and the man in the elevator has to stop, right? So Mr. Bean can go to the next floor. Very strange. Mr. Bean is a strange, strange man. Very weird. You guys know those words, right? Strange, S-T-R-A-N-G-E, and weird, W-E-I-R-D. So he waits for the guy to get to his room, and then he's trying to get into his own room faster, but then he's actually slower. He always forgets his bag or his suitcase. So he's like a child, right? He's playing with the light. We call that a light switch. S-W-I-T-C-H, right? Playing with the light switch. It sounds like he's at the beach, right? We can hear, it's called seagulls, seagulls, S-E-A-G-U-L-L-S, kind of bird that's at the beach, but he cannot see the beach because there's a brick wall, right? B-R-I-C-K-W-A-L-L, brick wall.
Hello.
So he calls the front desk, right? Just says hello and then hangs up the phone. Okay, so I want you guys, you got to watch this whole thing. It's 24 minutes. And or is it that long? Anyways, 20 some minutes, yeah. Okay, so you got to watch it and then you can make a video. Tell me about it in your video, post it on Moodle, of course. You can also write about it. So write about this whole video, okay? And so that's it. That's your work for this week. I hope you enjoy it. And, Mr. Bean is, I think, not too difficult, right? So hopefully you have fun watching Mr. Bean and trying to talk about everything, describe what he does in the hotel to me, okay? So have fun, enjoy, and take it easy.